guess thing. I guess thing to do.
Why don't we just finish up that Point Pleasant stuff?
Thank you. Well, hello there, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
That's right. In this video, we're going to wrap up our trip to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And the one place that we need to talk about is the Point Pleasant Pioneer Cemetery, the oldest cemetery in Point Pleasant.
Yes, it's got some of their founders buried there.
That was a tongue twister, but I got it out. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal history and forensic type videos,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you hear from us next time we post a new video.
So last summer, we did a series called the Haunted Ohio River Valley Trip. And our furthest south destination was Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Mm-hmm. We have a series of videos out there that we did all along that trip that we took.
Yes, some little snippets along the way that we did in the hotels at night, and some that we did when we came back. So we're pretty done.
But the one location that we didn't cover that's going to wrap up Point Pleasant is the Pioneer Cemetery, which is the oldest cemetery there. I don't want to say the original one because it was established much later after they started building up the town and everything. But there are some graves there that date back to pre-American Revolution. And there's one particular grave that's kind of important.
That's right.
Marianne's going to talk about that here in a second, but what we're talking about is Panic D number 2075, which is the Point Pleasant Pioneer Cemetery located in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Well, we don't have a lot of history about the cemetery. It's an old town cemetery, basically, but
there's some important people buried there.
There's a lot of important people that's buried there. One in particular that kind of sticks out because he has a sign there and everything is Dr. Bennett.
That's right.
Do you want to talk about Dr. Bennett a little bit?
Just a little bit. I mean, there's obviously not a ton of information, but Dr. Bennett was the individual who is currently given credit with the first Caesarean section. They did in America. They did originally think it was somebody else, though. They thought it was Dr. Lambert from Ohio, which was actually just about 10 miles away from where Dr. Bennett performed his surgery. But Dr. Bennett didn't say, he didn't come out and write a paper or publish about it when he did it. But Dr. Lambert did, and so he got credit for it. But it was later on in time when they found out, oh no, he really did. There were witnesses who remembered it happening, that he wrote about it. He hand wrote about it in one of his medical books, so he had documented it.
Yeah.
It was actually his wife that he did perform this surgery on. His wife was pregnant and she had some issues, and the other doctor that was around was like, oh, I'm not doing anything, this isn't gonna be good. And so his wife begged him to allow her to have this cesarean, and baby Maria and mom both survived. And of course Dr. Bennett said he didn't want to have to go through this ordeal or put his wife through this again, and so he actually removed her ovaries at the same time, and then of course put her on rest and things like that, but they survived.
Now he and his wife are in this cemetery, but they originally weren't buried there.
Yeah, he was originally buried in his family plot, and he wasn't moved until 1985 or something like that. It was very recent in history, and he's buried with a glass-topped coffin.
Yeah, and so they moved his memorial too. I mean, that had to have been heavy to move that. Yeah, so he's actually in the cemetery. Now, when we were there taking pictures and stuff, you were interested in something that was there, like a big sign that kind of showed where everyone was buried, which is kind of
cool.
Unique.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that anywhere else.
No, it was really cool. You drive up, there's a little parking lot there. We drove up and there was this big sign. You know how you go to like some parks and things like that, they'll have, oh, here's the birds you'll see, and here's the this and that, you know. And there was one of those signs. I'm like, I wonder what's on that sign. I go over, and it was literally a list of everybody who's buried there that they're aware of, and where they are, what their row is. You know, it was great. I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Also, while we were there, I had a local gentleman riding a bike stopped. I had our Haunted Travel shirt on, and he was, you know, asking questions, and I assume he became a parapeep. I gave him a card and everything, but I asked him about the paranormal activity, if there was any at the cemetery, and he did share some. So this is what he told me. He told me at the cemetery there are reports of strange light anomalies. Strange light anomalies. In the back section of the cemetery, where there's believed to be some unmarked graves, there's been shadow figures back there and some other creepy things that have been reported. And also people have reported the feeling of being watched while they were in the cemetery.
And there's a lot of grown over headstones. There's toppled headstones. It's kind of in need of some upkeep and repair. But you know, old
it needs like a
cemeteries,
historical society or cemetery society to kind of take it over and take care of it, because it's being taken care of by the city.
But somebody did that really great information, and I'd love to know who actually put that together, because that's amazing, and they're people who would definitely take over and you know, do some good for it, I think.
Right. Now, we almost didn't stop here, but we noticed it on our way out of town.
Right.
And it was kind of interesting because this cemetery, it's strange. It's like right up against the street.
Literally right up against the street.
It's like maybe 6 to 8 inches from the curb is a headstone.
Right.
And I'm okay, we got to stop here and check it out. We didn't know much about it when we stopped, but we found out a lot more after we did the pictures and did some video of the location and started doing a little bit of research. Now, if you'd like to see some more information about the cemetery and Dr. Bennett, we also have a blog post. Actually, it's been out there for a while and we didn't make the video. Okay, so now this video is going to be posted on there, but it's on our website. And the title of that blog post, and I'll actually put a link to it too, is entitled
"The Doctor Responsible for Saving Millions of Lives, Pioneer Cemetery, Point Pleasant, West Virginia."
So you could go and read some more and see some more pictures and all that fun stuff. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this one.
All right.
Until next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.